All right, good morning, YouTube. Just getting my day started here. Let me get this text to speech program linked up here. All right, got that going. This is going. I think we're good to go. All right, just getting on Interstate 65, heading south right now. On my way to Hebron, Ohio.
Follow the highway.
Oh, excuse me. Just in a bunch of dust a few minutes ago. Got some construction up here. Something. Oh, just how I like to start my day here. So currently heading Interstate 65 southbound, about 25 miles, hang on a second now, about 40 miles from Fort 65. So we're going to go down around Indianapolis, pick up 70, headed east. Got a delivery to make in near Zanesville, Ohio this morning. You have some good news and bad news, though it's the same piece of news. It's just, so I did decide to leave my current company that I'm at right now. So this is my next to the last load I'll be hauling for here. So it's good news for me. The bad news is I won't be live streaming for about a month. I'm going to take the holiday off and then turn around, come back and drop the truck off next week. So this is probably the next to the last live stream for about the next month or so. I have some personal stuff, business to handle towards the end of July, so I won't be able to start a new job until August. So just want to give you all a heads up on that. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I will be back on live streaming once I find a new gig. I ended up quitting this job without having one lined up. It's just been horrible the whole entire time I've been here, and can't take it anymore. So was hoping to last another month here before I pulled the plug on it, but It's pure misery. I can't take it. So if you're just joining in, my name's Johnny Dangerously. I'm an over-the-road truck driver in the United States. Been driving for almost 20 years. So I do some social media content creation with all the driving stuff. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I do post a lot of other short videos, long videos, and stuff like that during the week as interesting and dumb stuff happens out here. And there's no shortage of either of those, so. I do have a text-to-speech program, so if you comment, it should play it through my tracker speakers, so I am able to communicate with you going down the highway. Got a prolonged construction zone here just south of Lafayette, Indiana. Riding on some rumble strips here. Pretty warm in these parts this week. Got excessive heat warnings up, 110 degree heat indexes and 95 degree actual temperatures. So it's been quite brutal out here, as I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing right now. Got 75 degrees on it right now at 4:15 Eastern Daylight Time here. Well, try to clean this windshield here. It looks like I might have some humidity on there. Something's blurry. Might be the lens of my camera fogging up or something. All right, looks like we're getting out of this construction here. Guy in front of me going 62 miles an hour. Gonna go ahead and get around him. Not sure why the camera's like so out of focus here. It might have something to do with this sticky humidity going on right now, but Alright, so I'm going to try to get into this rest area up here. See if I can fix the blur on this camera here. It's quite annoying. I think we've got a few miles till we reach it. Yeah, probably got about 10 miles or so till we reach that rest area. I think it's just out of focus for some reason. So currently heading Interstate 65 southbound, about 30 miles north of the 465 loop around Indianapolis. We're going to take that around.
Roberto Garcia HF9CW says Saludos desde Argentina, Buenos Aires, bendiciones. Roberto Garcia HF9CW said hi.
Good morning, Roberto. Good morning, Argentina. Welcome to the live stream. So it looks like my picture is a little blurry, the video is blurry, so as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to get pulled off and see if I can't get that fixed up. Not sure if it's humidity on the windshield or what's going on here, but hopefully have that resolved in a few minutes here.
Red Turtle 027 says hi.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the live stream.
Red Turtle 027 says ooh.
Alright, looks like the picture might be clearing up on this video a little bit now. Might have just been in the dusty area, going through that construction zone there. But anyways, if you're just joining in, my name's Johnny Dangerously. I'm an over-the-road truck driver in the United States, currently driving down Interstate 65, heading south in Indiana, probably about 30 miles north of the 465 loop around there, on my way to near Zanesville, Ohio this morning. So I'm gonna ride with you guys for a couple hours here. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is probably gonna be the next to the last live stream until about mid-August or so. I did resign my job a couple days ago, and so I'm just working back to the house now to drop all my gear off.
AJ Leaf Freight says I live in Evansville, Indiana.
Oh, what's up, Evansville? I was just there last weekend, so I played some poker at the casino in town there. It's been a number of years since I've been there, but always had a great time down there. You guys were getting some bad weather Saturday when I was driving through there. Just torrential downpours. It was a mess. So as I was saying, I did quit my current job a couple days ago. Just can't take it anymore. That's all the effery going on around here. So, but I'm an over-the-road driver, and I've been doing nothing but 100 and some, 200 and some mile trips. There's no reason for that. Freight's not tight out here. They're just trying to cherry pick the high dollar freight. I'm an over the road driver, not a local or regional driver, so it affects my money greatly when I run these 150-mile trips. I get paid by the mile, and I end up spending half my day making deliveries that I don't really get paid for. So I am out of here. The bad news about that is I do not have another job lined up yet, which is fine. I got plenty of savings, but it's going to take me probably until about mid-August until I can resume these live streams as soon as I find another gig, get onboarded somewhere. Not a quick process to change jobs out here. A lot of paperwork, a lot of background checks, drug tests, DOT physicals. So that's the only sad part about making a decision abruptly is the long interruption in live streams and stuff here. I just started doing these things about a month ago again and been having so much fun with them. Got a bunch of regulars that come on here and chat with me all the time, and I'm going to miss doing that for the month and a half that I'm not able to do so. But please hit that subscribe button. As soon as I jump back on here, I'll probably have one more next Monday or Tuesday. And then I do have to travel in my car, so I'll run some live streams whenever I get the chance. But as far as driving a big truck in random places, it'll be about a month and a half or so. So just want to give you heads up on that. So if my signal holds up on this live stream, should get to ride with y'all most of the way across the infamous Indiana-Ohio line on Interstate 70. So it is a massive construction zone down there now. About 22-mile long construction zone going through there. So it's great they're finally fixing it. The bad part about it is they're doing about 30 years worth of construction all at the same time. So it's quite a mess. Splitting lanes for a lot of it. So I got to stop and get fuel right around there as well. So, but and you'll get to feel some of these gargantuan potholes along Interstate 70. I think the last time I went through there, I noticed they did fill and shave down a couple of the worst spots that were on there. I mean, they were almost to the point where you would almost crash your truck and lose control of it. It was so bad. But there's some not good ones there. So currently heading Interstate 65 southbound. Going to go down, pick up the 465 loop around Indianapolis. Going to take the east side around. Get on Interstate 70, head east. Got a delivery to make near Zanesville, Ohio later this morning. I have a wide open window on it, dropping hook, so I'm not under the gun time-wise. Pretty much as long as I'm there by 4 in the afternoon or so, that's all that really matters. So that's pretty cool. Then I'm going to take off for the holiday and then get a run out of there and drive back to Indiana to turn this truck and trailer in, and then I'm in the wind. But having about a month off here is kind of reminds me of being a kid again, being off on summer vacation. So given that was 30 plus years ago the last time I felt like that, it's kind of cool. Well, let's check out the signboard here and see if there's any delays coming down. 9 miles, 7 minutes, 26 miles, 23 minutes. Look to be in pretty good shape so far. It's only about 4:30 in the morning here. Yeah, I'm kind of was hoping to time things out to kind of miss the morning rush here around Indianapolis. So I should be pretty successful in that, but you never know. Could be busy. So where's everyone at this morning? Where are you guys watching from? I saw Argentina on there, got Evansville, Indiana on here.
AJ Lee Freight says, I've been to Kentucky, Nashville, Gatlinburg Street, Lewis, Branson, Arkansas, and Ohio.
Oh, nice. Yep, we've been to some pretty cool areas then. So I've never been to Gatlinburg. I think that's down near Pigeon Forge there, not far from Pigeon Forge. A lot of fun stuff to do out that way. Just had some family go down to Pigeon Forge for a vacation last week, so. Branson, I've never got to spend any time in Branson, but I've driven through there a lot, so. Pretty scenic part of the country down there as well. Big hills out that way. So about 16 miles from Interstate 465 here. See if they're actually working in this construction zone tonight. All right, don't think they're there. Sign said 55 speed limit when flashing. It's not flashing, but doesn't mean they forgot to turn it on though, so. So gonna hang out with you guys until about, well, probably a good 90 minutes or so. I gotta stop and get fuel along the way. I'll probably keep the live stream running while I do all that. Try to get you across the Ohio line with me. We'll see how much progress they've made on Interstate 70 near Richmond, Indiana. That's, probably see a lot of Facebook and YouTube videos on drivers crossing that line, and it's like riding a bull going through there. The roads were so bad, so they've been working on it for I think a couple of years now. 22-mile stretch of that thing. So it's an absolute pain in the ass construction zone to get through. If it's not super busy, it's not horrible to get through. They do got some new asphalt that you're able to drive on a little bit through there. I'm hoping for more of it. But we'll see what it's like when I get down there. It's been a couple weeks, I think, since I've been that way.
Says hi.
Morning, Jason. Welcome to the live stream. Working my way down towards Indianapolis right now. Gonna take 465 around there, get on it. Take 70.
Says, how is it going?
Good man, good man. How you doing? Where you at this morning?
Jackson Johannes says good still in North Dakota man. Wayne Morrison THJ says hello from Australia.
Morning, Wayne. Hello, Australia. Cool, man. What's the weather like up in North Dakota right now? You guys in this heat dome, or is it just normal average temperature for you guys up there?
Jackson Johannes says he don't.
Damn. Yeah, that's brutal, man. That's not fun.
Jackson Johannes says 90.
Damn, yeah, we got about 95 down here for the highs this week. 110 to 115 degree heat index in some areas, and man, it's just brutal. I feel bad for anyone who's got to work outside in this stuff. Landscapers, construction guys. You could die. That shit could kill you. So. And I mentioned it earlier, but I did resign my current job a couple days ago.
McMahon WB7YW says I'm back. Jackson Johannes says I've been wear jeans and a black shirt.
Nice. Welcome back, Knox. Yes, I did quit my job a couple days ago. I only got a couple deliveries left before I turn the truck back in and move on to the next one. I don't have my next gig lined up yet.
Jackson Johannes says it sucks.
Yeah, it really does. And it's such a widespread area that's affected too. I mean, and it's pretty much for like the whole week. I don't even know if it's going to cool down next week. But yeah, pretty nasty out here. I was just thinking, I'm turning my truck in, and I'll probably take the holiday off.
Jackson Johannes says when it for. Jackson Johannes says until the 4th.
Okay, yeah. So no one's going to get any relief until after the holiday.
Knox McMahon WB7YW says why are you delivering and where are you going today? Jackson Johannes says yeah.
So I'm heading to near Zanesville, Ohio this morning. Got to deliver pretty much a wide open appointment, just a drop and hook and delivery. So I don't have an appointment time. I just got a window. So as long as I'm there by about 4 p.m., I'll be good. I'm only a couple hundred miles, 230 miles away right now, so I'll end up there pretty early this morning.
Jackson Johannes says, so your home state.
Yeah, home state is Ohio. So I technically live up by Youngstown, Ohio, but I spend a lot of time down in Columbus, got a lot of family down there, so that's where I'm going to spend the 4th at. So I'll have off for the holiday, and then I'll take another trailer back up to Indiana early next week, and then turn the truck and trailer in. Then I'm kind of in the wind. I don't have another gig lined up yet. I was hoping to be able to not quit
Jackson
until
Johannes
mid-August.
says, right now I'm listening to country music.
Cool.
McMahon WD7YW says, how's it been with the drivers so far?
Yeah, so jiving's been, pretty good when I actually get to jive at the current company I'm with. The problem is they keep putting me on these short little 100 and 200 mile trips, which absolutely eat my weekly and 70-hour clocks to pieces. I end up putting a whole day's worth of hours in and end up with a half a day's pay. And if you got 100 and 200 mile freight to move, you need to use local and regional drivers for that shit. I'm an over-the-road driver. I warned them several times over the past several months that, I'd already made the decision to move on. I was trying to make it until mid to late August. That seems to be the most optimal time with where the freight markets are at right now. Everyone's going to be hiring for peak season at that point. But
Jackson Johannes says, at least it's not winter though.
Yeah, definitely not winter. I actually started this job in winter.
Johannes says asterisk winter though.
Yeah, winter sucks. I actually started this gig the end of December last year, and it's just been absolute misery between the winter we had this winter, the horrible
Jackson
freight here.
Johannes says, yeah.
So, because I don't have another job lined up yet, I won't be on here for probably a good month and a half or so. I do have some traveling to do in my personal vehicle throughout the month of July, so I do have stuff at the end of July where I can't start another job until after that. So pretty much just going to take the month of July off. Hopefully I'll be settled and with the new gig by mid-August or so, but it's going to be pretty sparse as far as the live streams go. So make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Jackson says, I wear Ariat vest in the winter.
Say Ariat, A-R-I-A-T. I'm not sure if I heard that right. All right, about 5.
Jackson Johannes says yes.
Yeah, I like.
Uzar70 says said hi.
Hi, Josh. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I like Ariat, man. I had some Ariat. I still have them somewhere. I haven't seen them in years. I haven't worn them.
YT.
Even learned that, but I had some.
Mr. Sorab says hello Namaste. YT. Mr. Sorab says brother.
Namaste. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back.
Jackson Johannes says they are pretty good for the winter.
Yeah, I see Ariat's making like some kind of tennis shoes, like casual wear and stuff too, and they look pretty cool. They got some pretty cool designs on those. So definitely a big fan of Ariat and Carhartt for sure.
Jackson Johannes says yes.
I had a nice pair of boots. I actually bought them up in North Dakota. I think back in 2009.
Mr. Sorab says Optimus Prime truck.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Slow truck.
Arundawat says yay a bend in the road. Josh Hughes R70 says how long you have been long hauling.
I've been driving over the road since 2007, so almost 20 years. Yeah, I've got it's a couple years in there where I was sick and couldn't drive and stuff, so I had a little bit of downtime along the way through there. I slipped, fell on some ice doing a pre-trip one day and fractured a vertebrae. So I got about 2 million miles in, maybe just under 2 million miles in my truck driving career. So been doing this a while. Absolutely love what I do. So that's the only downside to leaving my current gig is that I'm going to be away from it for probably about a month and a half. Won't be many live streams. I'll have one more to do, maybe Monday or Tuesday, where I'm in the truck, and then any live streams I do before mid-August or so will be in my personal vehicle. I do have some traveling to do throughout the month of July, so I'll try to run some live streams when I'm doing some of that. The only bad part is my air conditioning's broke in my SUV, so with these 100 and some degree temperatures, I might not last very long, so I might have to get that in the shop and get that fixed. So.
Jackson Johannes says Gavin Adcock is a good singer.
Yeah, not familiar with him. I don't listen to a whole lot of country music. Stuff I do listen to is like Johnny Cash and.
Donald Herring 1310 says, hey, where YP you heading? Over speed limit.
Whoops. I'm heading towards near Zanesville, Ohio. Heading towards Zanesville, Ohio for this morning.
Lanes to take exit 129 towards Interstate 865 East.
Yeah, better get over here. Got to exit to the right. I was thinking about running downtown, but I probably should run. Decisions.
Jackson Johannes says, I like to listen to Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff I like to listen to for sure. Like the older stuff, the more bluegrassy sounding stuff. All right, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna exit. We'll take the loop around.
Johannes says same. Josh Hughes R70 says Cody Jinx.
Follow the highway.
Jackson Johannes says, oh, he is good. Jackson Johannes says, right now I'm listening to Country Boy Can Survive.
Oh, yeah, it's a good tune.
1171 says hello.
Queensgate, good morning.
U.S. Ranger 175 says, what are you delivering?
I have some kind of cardboard stuff on here.
Josh Hughes
This morning.
R70 says, drive safe TTYL.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, man. Chat with you later.
Says, plus boot, scoot, and boogie, it's vintage now.
Yeah, I've heard some stuff from the 90s recently, and I wasn't like super into the country at all like back then, but all the stuff that was out around then has like grown on me over the years. So yeah, it's always cool to hear some of that stuff.
Jackson Johannes says 15. Beers is pretty good by Johnny Payback.
So Queensgate, I was just telling everyone that I quit my job a couple days ago, so there's going to be an extended period where I'm not doing live streams. I actually don't have another job lined up either. They just pissed me off so bad, I told them to shove it up their ass. So probably going to be off for the entire month of July, and then the first couple weeks of August, I'll be onboarding wherever I end up going after that.
He says, I can't wait until I put truck drivers out of work. Queensgate 1171 says truck driver went home sick. Second shift driver is staying till 5.
Oh, wow. Well, at least you had somebody to cover that, so. Oh, man.
Queensgate 1171 says though, where you live?
I'm in Youngstown, Ohio. So I do spend a lot of time in Columbus, Ohio too, so. What kind of drivers you have where you work, Queensgate? Are they just go home every day people?
US Ranger 175 says Cypress Trucking is a great company to work for. Dirt Cookie says social security number.
Well, you can give me your social security number if you want.
Johannes says the devil went down to Georgia is pretty good.
Yeah, I just heard a remake on that Devil Went Down to Georgia. Kind of updated. I forget what it's called. I saw it on social maybe about a week ago, and it was pretty cool.
Dirt Cookie says birth certificate. Jackson Johannes says oh.
Yeah, if you want to send me a birth certificate too, that's cool, Dirk. And what do you do for work that's going to put truck drivers out of business? I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm imagining you probably work in some technology field and you're going to end up without a job before I end up without a job.
Queensgate 1171 says Hills transportation drivers, some are home every day, some over the road.
Oh, I've heard of Hills Transportation. That's not, you're not affiliated with Hills Pet Food and stuff, are you? Is that separate? Hills Pet Nutrition or something? Yeah, I'm all ears as far as companies go. I kind of have a couple places in mind that I'm going to have some conversations with, but there's a lot of shit driving jobs out here.
Jackson
A lot of
Johannes
scammers.
says George Strait is pretty good.
Yeah, George Strait's good. I like him. But yeah, just so many.
Donald Herring 1310 says truck drivers can never be replaced.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some routes that get replaced. A lot of the long haul, open road stuff can be done by automated trucks and stuff like that. But local routes, pickups and deliveries with big trailers, you're gonna be hard pressed to get trucks to maneuver around busy parking lots and checking in at security gates and all that dropping and hooking. Though Walmart actually has some yard trucks that are completely driverless that go and hook trailers. And
1171 says no, it's not. Hills is in Shepherdsville, KY.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look them up. Take a look.
Fan WD7YW says, what time did you start your live stream?
I started this one. Let me take a look here. Maybe about 45 minutes ago or so. So I'm going to try to ride with y'all until I cross the Ohio line so you can go through this big construction zone. The infamous Indiana-Ohio state line out there. They got a 22-mile construction zone.
1310 says they got robot mowers, makes you worry. Queensgate 1171 says I work for Bluegrass Supply Chain.
Okay. Yeah, so I was saying there's just a lot of crappy companies out there. They'll lie and tell you whatever you want to hear to get you to go work there, and it takes so long to onboard and get on with the company.
Says, I'm not surprised they got robots now.
Yeah, they have like robot yard trucks. I think it was in Buckeye, Arizona or something out there. Completely driverless. They go and hook trailers, somehow hook the airlines up, pull them out of the spot, back it into a door, drop the trailers, disconnect all the airlines. It's I was a little shocked to see that. A buddy of mine's supposed to send me some video footage on that at some point. I'd love to have a video of that.
Jackson
Put up.
Johannes says WTF how?
Yeah, I have no idea. Technology is pretty amazing. So, we'll put a lot of people out of work, but I think a lot of the technology will end up creating new jobs that they can't handle, that don't already currently exist. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, who knows? I mean, not a whole lot anyone can do about anything. So
Donald Herring 1310 says only a human can detail the property.
yeah, you would think, but who knows what some of these big technology companies are working on. So, but I'm not overly worried about it. I'm 48 years old, so more than likely by the time
Jackson Johannes
all of
says
it
the
comes
world
online.
changed a lot.
Yeah, the world changes so fast nowadays. It's insane, and I just I don't know. I don't see the benefit. And what are we racing towards? Why? I just don't see how there's any benefit to humanity. It's only benefits to big corporations and stuff like that for them to take all the money and play keep away with it.
Says, yeah.
But yes, I'm saying there's a lot of bad companies out here. They'll lie frivolously to you to get you to come work there. It takes so long to get onboarded with the company.
Raul Juarez 7545 says, do you ever see the height of the bridges don't lie?
Oh, I mean, of course.
Donald Herring 1310 says, you're exactly right.
Yeah, of course I see the height of bridges, when they're marked. A lot of them aren't marked. This one here doesn't have any signage on it, so if there's no markings on it, I could fit my 13.6 trailer underneath it. You get these guys down in Louisville right now with that detour around I-65. There's a bridge down there, and it's like 11 feet. And a lot of these idiot drivers don't know how high their truck and trailer is, and just mindlessly drive under this 11-foot bridge. It's called the can opener. It literally peels the top of your trailer right off, opens you right up. So, and there's been dozens of trucks that have hit this bridge in like the last month, and they still got a whole nother month that I-65 is completely shut down in Louisville. So if you want to see some interesting videos,
Herring 13.
yeah, if you want to see some interesting videos, just search Louisville can opener.
Queensgate 1171 says my driver goes less than a mile to the place we keep supplied, and they make frames for Ford, Jeep.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a shuttle gig then, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I had one of those kinds of jobs when I came back from being sick the last time. I was having trouble finding an over-the-road gig because I was out for over 2 years. So even though I had driven, over 15 years at that point, it's like none of that experience counted towards anything. All the companies are like, you don't have enough recent experience. And it's like, okay, go hire a driver that's got 6 months experience over me and see how that goes for you. So I'm a through and through hardcore driver. Kind of got the old school mentality, cut my teeth being a road driver. A lot of these younger drivers get out of school now and get a local gig right out of the gate.
45 says, do you plan your routes or just drive on GPS? Jackson Johannes says, I don't know what's going on in this world now.
Yeah, I don't think hardly anyone does. So all you can do is roll with the punches. There's things you can control, things you can't control. Just focus on the things that you can and don't overly stress about the things you can't. And, just choose to not let it affect you until it does, and then deal with it. So
Jackson Johannes says, yeah. Donald Herring 1310 says, yep, always see you getting it done.
I'm a road driver, so I definitely look at my routes and my trip planning. What do you do for work? But back to the job search and these companies and everything. It takes so long to onboard at these companies. They just basically lie to you, tell you whatever you want to hear.
7,545 says, did you check your engine oil?
Of course, I've checked my engine oil.
Knox McVan WD7YW says daylight is coming soon.
Yep, can't wait for the daylight.
Donald Herring 1310 says cut acres of turf.
All right, got a long construction zone coming up here. Got about 10 miles till I pick up Interstate 70. So, Raul, I've been driving for almost 20 years. Driven almost a couple million miles out here. So, yeah, I'm pretty much at the top of the food chain. So I don't know what you're trying to get to with your questions.
7,545 says you look at maps to plan. Boo Boo E70 says I hit the like.
Cool. Thank you. Raul, I do everything that's required and then some of my job, so you didn't answer what I asked what you do for work.
Man WD7YW says same.
Yeah, so these companies, when you try to get, when you're trying to get onboarded with them, will just lie to you, tell you whatever you want to hear, and then it takes so long, weeks to get onboarded, they just figure you're not going to want to go through that process again, so you'll just deal with all the lies they told you. And
Donald Herring 1310 says that's awesome. Not many people can say that.
Yeah, I love driving. I love what I do. I'm not gonna be stupid and shirk my responsibilities and screw up a good thing.
7,545 says I'm studying to get CDL. I'm scared to call CR England back. Shelley Jeffs 1675 says hey from New Zealand.
Hey, good morning, New Zealand. Yeah, I'd be worried to call CR England back too. So that's probably one of the biggest things if you're looking at driving, getting into driving, is don't go to a company sponsored like CDL school. You are better off using a credit card and putting $8,000 or whatever it costs nowadays on your credit card than going to like CR England or Swift.
Says, good morning from Maine.
Hey, good morning, Maine.
1675 says it's 9:04 p.m. here.
Oh, wow. So that would make it Thursday night already then. So 9:04, 12, 16-hour time difference.
1310 says, hey, does dot bother you much?
Not really. I don't have any issues with the DOT.
Says yep, Forcer.
Yeah, I mean the DOT's they got a job to do. I got a job to do. As long as I do my job well, they should be able to do their job well, and not we shouldn't interfere with each other's jobs or whatever. So I'm gonna do a video on it at some point. I was in Kentucky yesterday, and they had a pop-up portable weigh station on a shoulder. Completely caught me by surprise, and it's pretty weird. So they had just like an axle scale set up on a shoulder. It was Route 68 by Maysville, Kentucky, and I'd never had to do one of those before in 20 years of driving. So.
1675 says, where are you off to today?
I'm on my way. Gonna make a delivery near Zanesville, Ohio this morning. It's just a drop and hook. Easy, just touch and go. And heck, I'm only about 200 miles, 210 miles away from there right now. And then I'm off for the weekend. I wasn't originally planning on taking off, but I did resign my job a couple days ago because the company I work for are absolutely worthless. I can't take their stupidity anymore. Yeah, it makes my brain and my soul hurt. So I'm just going to go take the month of July off, which means I won't be really doing many live streams for probably until mid-August or so. I'll do another one next week when I'm driving back to drop the truck off. But getting ready to go around. Well, I'm going around Indianapolis right now on 465. Got about 7 miles till we hit Interstate 70 heading east. I'm going to run with you guys till we get across the Ohio line this morning. I do have to stop for fuel along the way, so I'll keep the live stream on while I stop to do that. But Raul, yeah, I would try to not go to a company-sponsored CDL school, because once they get their claws in you, and that's exactly what it's going to be. They're gonna mess with your pay, and they're gonna own you for probably 1 to 2 years.
Donald Herring 1310 says, gotta go cut the grass. Good talking with you. Be safe.
Donald, have a good day, man. Thanks for coming on here. We'll chat with you again soon. Hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like I said, there's going to be a kind of a long break in between live streams starting next week. So when I do resume, probably mid-August at some point.
Donald Herring 1310 says 10-4.
If you hit that subscribe button, you'll be able to get some kind of an alert or notification when I do come back on and do these. I do have some traveling to do in July, so I'll try to run some live streams when I'm driving my personal vehicle to wherever I end up going to. But I definitely love doing these live streams. I'm going to miss doing them, chatting with y'all for that period. So I could probably get on and just do non-driving live streams here and there. But I'll try to find some way to keep in touch with y'all. So I definitely appreciate all your comments and questions and all that good stuff on here. So it definitely helps pass the time by. But go back to Raul here. Yeah, trucking's good, man. I don't know what your specific
Jackson
situation
Johannes
is,
says,
but
I didn't know Remington make a knife. Danny Lancaster 9950 said hi.
hey, Danny, welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I didn't know Remington made knives either. But yeah, truck driving is, getting my CDL is the best decision I ever made, probably in my entire life. So it's an extremely good field, good industry. Not sure if you're a young man just entering the workforce or if you've been out here a while, if you got kids and stuff like that. But a CDL just gives you so many options. I mean, so many different types of driving, so many different types of vehicles, over the road, local, regional, cement trucks, garbage trucks, tanker trucks, refrigerated trucks, long trucks, short trucks, Class A, Class B. I mean, you pretty much can figure out what you want to do. You're in control of your own destiny. So I wish you luck in getting that. Definitely take it seriously. Do things the right way. There's a lot of bad drivers out here.
One says I drove a school bus for 10 years, Class B.
Oh my gosh, that is one thing I could never do. No freaking way could I drive a school bus. Yep, can't drive a school bus or Greyhound. I just do not have the, yeah. Putting up with the busload of unruly kids. I'd be beating up kids and throwing them out the back of the bus.
Knox McVan WD7YW says here it goes Indiana, bad drivers are starting now.
Yep. About to be bumper cars out here, I'm sure. So, but I'm almost on Interstate 70 here.
1171 says I drove the special needs for several years, so I didn't have to mess with the high school.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that is a completely different existence for sure. So I could do that. Definitely, I could do that. But I don't even have the endorsement. I don't even know if you still need a passenger endorsement to drive bus where I'm out of or whatever. But I mean,
Queensgate 1171 says 30 feet wheelchair bus.
yeah. Yeah, I could do something like that for sure. So, and it's definitely a rewarding type of gig too. So, yeah. So, the thing I often pay attention to when I'm like the night before planning where I'm going to go out, what areas I'm going to go through, is so. For instance, I'm coming around the east side of Indy. So I'm kind of on the slow side. If you imagine the loops around the cities and the traffic coming in from morning rush hour, everybody's coming from away from the city into the city. So if you can envision what way and what direction, like if you're coming from the south, you know, it's going to be busy going that way. But if you come around the loop, once you get to the bottom of the loop and you're heading north, all the other traffic's going the other way. So there's a lot of information you can kind of pull out of that. So for instance, I'm getting ready to get on Interstate 70 West. I'm on the east side.
Queensgate 1171 says I got a new Bluebird bus with a Cummins engine before I quit there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm getting on Interstate 70 West. I'm going to be on the east side of Indy. So as soon as I change highways here, that's pretty much it for rush hour. Indy for me, I don't have to worry about it because all the other traffic coming in now, the nighttime rush hour, all that traffic's going to be heading the way I'm going right now. But because it's morning, everyone's going to be heading the opposite direction.
NWB7YW says morning rush hour in Indiana, it's always a disaster.
Yeah, it just depends on what section of the city you're trying to maneuver around. The northeast side is right now with all the construction they're doing has been the worst section.
Interstate 70 east towards David.
Now I like going around the west side. They got, they finished up most of the construction out that way. In between 65 on the south, 465 from 65 on the south side, going around north on the east side in the morning rush is always jammed up. So, but if you can kind of put that together in your head, you can kind of decipher, how to build a good route if you're trying to get through different rush hours and if you're trying to gauge how long it's going to take and how busy it's going to be. So, like I said, heading 465 around the way I'm heading right now, the times I'm hitting it, even if I was an hour later right now, I am completely golden the way I was coming around. Several different decisions I can make. Could have went through downtown 65 and then picked up 70 right out of there. They do have some construction downtown where it goes single lane.
Now keep left towards Interstate 70.
I could have went that way this morning, but it was a little close. It probably would have been fine, but
Follow the highway.
Tari Akanio says, what is that sound? A garbage truck.
all right, getting on Interstate 70, heading east. I might have said west earlier. So, yeah, I'm not sure what sound you're meaning there.
Knox McVan WD7YW says, I think the downtown is the worst.
Yeah, right now it's pretty bad with that construction I got down there. It doesn't matter if you're, if you're at peak time, morning or afternoon, or really during the day, you're gonna lose at least a few minutes or lose quite a bit more time going through there. So, all right, getting on Interstate 70, heading east right now. Let's see, what mile marker are we at here? So it's about 156 miles on Interstate 70 in Indiana. All right, so we're close to
Jackson
90.
Johannes says my grandpa drive bus for 2 schools. It was for Vodek and he had not too much kids on a bus.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I couldn't drive a Greyhound or any of that stuff. I mean, oh man, bumpy here. So got about 66 miles to the Ohio line. So I'm probably gonna run this until the 2 or 3 mile marker in Ohio.
007 says hello, bro.
Hello, welcome to the live stream. So I have to do a fuel stop about 10 miles prior to the Ohio line. So I'm going to ride with you guys to the Welcome Center in Ohio. So probably still got a good hour and a half once we count for the time I'll get.
Says, do you like Marlboro, Lucky Strike, Camel, Mars Tech, Newport, Gemini, Two Boys, King Mountains? Queensgate 1171 says high school is not as bad as middle school students.
Yeah. They're all little dickheads. Yeah, so I'm getting ready to open a fresh pack of cigarettes right now, actually. So right now I'm currently smoking Basics because...
Jackson Johannes says both of them are.
I got a pack of Basics now. I bought 4 cartons the other day. I was in Kentucky, so...
Jesus Bond 007 says hello, friend. How are you?
I'm good, man. Hello, welcome to the live stream.
Argentina.
Good morning, Argentina. Got a couple Argentinians on this morning.
7YW says here it is. I see some blue sky.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's going to be, let's see, I got 76 degrees on it right now. I think it's going to be a high of 95 here today. Hot, muggy. I don't think there's going to be any precipitation. So that's a good thing. Let's see. So I used to smoke Marlboro Red 72s.
Sunshine.
Yeah, I like the sun. So I used to smoke Marlboro Red 72s.
Johannes says I'm done with this hot weather.
Over speed limit.
Yeah, even driving down the highway with the air conditioning on, it's just still stuffy and humid and makes it hard to breathe. And yeah, nothing good comes from when it's this hot out. But yeah, so I used to smoke Marlboro Red 72s, and used to be my favorite. But you know, with all the taxes going up, I mean, the price of cigarettes is just ridiculous.
007 says, are the girls pretty around where you are?
No idea. All I get to see is through my windshield for the most part. So I'm sure they are, though. So, but yeah, I used to smoke Camel Wides when I was in high school. And that was mainly because they were easier to steal than, I used to keep cigarettes out on the counter. So when I was like 13, 14, didn't have a lot of money. And plus, you know, I wasn't old enough to buy them anyway. So it was just easier to steal them at that point. So.
Tari Atanio says at me morning. Matthew Kershaw 3795 says no one grows cheap chop.
Yeah. Oh man. But I was smoking Lucky Strikes because they were the cheapest ones for the longest while, and then yeah, Indiana and Ohio both raised their taxes like $1.50 or $2 a pack about a year and a half ago or something, and so now I just try to hit up Kentucky when I go through there. So
Jackson Johannes says they don't come cheap anymore.
no, man, if you're in Kentucky though, I mean that's about the easiest place for me to get them cheap. I just paid I think $47 a carton for Basics, and I don't mind Basics. I used to smoke those when I was younger all the time too. But yeah, so less than $50 a carton. That's a deal nowadays. Yeah, right. Got. All right, that car moved over. Thanks, buddy. Had a car coming around the left, and I was going to be able to get over, but they went ahead and banged the left lane. So.
Jackson Johannes says in North Dakota, they are like $3 for smokes.
$3 per cigarette?
Jackson Johannes says yes.
Holy shit. F that. I'm pretty sure I'd go back to stealing them if they were that expensive down here. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. 20 bucks a pack or some shit. Or shit, that'd be like.
Jesus Bond 007 says, friend, what is your favorite beer?
I don't really have a favorite beer. I'm not a beer drinker. I like bourbon. I don't really have a favorite bourbon either. There's a lot of good bourbon, so like Wild Turkey, Maker's Mark. Been drinking a lot of Knob Creek.
Ariacanio says Guinness.
Yeah, I could drink a Guinness.
Chris Vick I2K says hell with that.
Yeah. So the last beer I drank, I was down in Fort Worth, Texas.
Chris Vick I2K says cook a good cheeseburger with an egg.
Cool, that sounds yummy. The last beer I had was down in Fort Worth, Texas a few weeks ago, and I had a Shiner Bock. So I could drink that. That's pretty good. I can't drink Budweiser, Bud Light, and those mass-produced. I mean, that shit's not even real beer. So if I do drink beer, it'll be.
Chris Vick I2K says first time here.
I will drink some kind of craft beer or something. Try some the local beer scene out. But I mainly enjoy
Jackson
bourbon.
Johannes says 2 hot dog and bun is good.
Chris, welcome to the live stream. Yep, just rolling Interstate 70 heading east right now. I am east of Indianapolis. We just went around Indy. Have a couple mile construction zone coming up in a little while, right around Greenfield here. Then we have a super long construction zone.
Says that is a 4-lane road.
Yeah, we got 3 lanes right now. It's going to go down to 2 when we hit this construction. Let me see what the mile marker is now. I can tell you how far we're away from that. Yeah, probably about 98, about 5 to 6 miles from the first construction zone. It only runs for a few miles, and then, yeah, it's just a mess of construction out here. They want to make Interstate 70 a toll road all the way from the Ohio line to the Illinois line in 2029. I'm hoping enough Indiana residents fight that, raise hell about it, because it's ridiculous. It's going to cost jobs. It's going to cost economic activity. No one's going to build warehouses here.
Johannes says 2 hot dogs and 1 bun is good, but you would need a drink.
Yeah, I've never done the 2 hot dogs and 1 bun.
And WD7YW says the drivers ain't that bad so far, but soon it will just watch. AJ Leafrate says I've been everywhere, man.
All right, Johnny Cash. All right, Chuck's used right lane, so got this construction coming up here. So, hey, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post a lot of other short videos, long videos throughout the week as interesting and dumb stuff happens out here. And believe me, a lot of dumb stuff happens out here.
Amcan1812 says hello.
Hey, good morning, Amcan. Welcome to the live stream. So going to ride with you guys through the Ohio line up here.
Queensgate 1171 says have to leave for a while to go do some work.
All right, Queensgate, don't work too hard. Nice chatting with you. I'll probably be back on early next week. as I'm on my way back to turn my truck in. So you'll get to ride with me through the infamous Indiana-Ohio state line. They've been doing some construction. They got a 22-mile construction zone.
Why are lotteries in America expensive?
That's a good question.
71 says see ya.
Yeah, the Mega Millions is $5 a ticket now. That's absolutely ridiculous. I have not played that and since it's went up to $5, which is, I think, I don't know if that was early this year or if that was been over a year ago. It might have been a year and a half ago.
Johannes says good answer. Knox McMahon WD7YW says I think it should be free.
Well, if the lottery was free, there wouldn't be any jackpots. There'd be no point in winning. But yeah, so so Powerball and Mega Millions used to be $1 a ticket. So when it was $1 a ticket, I would wait until the jackpots hit 100 million before I would get a couple tickets. When they went to $2 a ticket, you know, I wouldn't start playing them until they would hit 300 to 400 million. And now I really don't mess with anything until it hits about 500 million. And then the Mega Millions, if I'm ever going to buy a Mega Millions ticket and pay $5 for it, it's got to be over a $1 billion jackpot. So they're just hurting themselves by increasing the tickets that much. It's just ridiculous. I've come close, man. I've come close a couple times. I've hit 4 out of 6 numbers twice in my life. You'd think that would pay something good, but not really. I think I won $250 on the one time, and then 150 the next time. But I don't play often. I don't think I bought a single lottery ticket in the last 6 months. So.
Dexy says visit to Uncle Sam Garage in Mississauga. He have good collection of truck.
How cool.
Knox McFan WD7YW says that Honda, I thought it was about to cut you off.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you never know when your signals are going to drop out here. I'm hoping it stays pretty steady. I mean, I'm not really in any
Jackson
desolate areas.
Says, do you go fishing?
Not really. I think the last time I was fishing was probably 9 or 10 years ago, maybe. So anytime I go, I usually would do this charter up in Lake Ontario in upstate New York. We go out salmon fishing, but it's not like real fishing. I mean, they set the lines for you. All you do is reel fishing, so it's kind of like fake fishing. But it's a good time to hang out with my old man and, well, eat some salmon later that night. So.
Jackson Johannes says it is expensive as hell. Passive says hey.
Morning, Passive. Welcome to the live stream. All right, what's going on here? So we're into construction now. Trucks use right lane. All right. Anytime you see the hash marks in the highway spaced really close together.
Says for long drive you can choose route from us to Alberta. You will see beautiful landscape.
Yeah, I've never driven truck. Well, I've never driven anything up in Canada, so I won't drive truck up.
Says they are trying to scare away the fishing people now.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I mean, I like fishing. I just don't really ever get the chance to do it. And y'all got some cool land up there. I'm not sure how close you are to Montana up there, but I've driven through there, and man, I would love to go fishing and hanging out up there. Yeah.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says you starting to lag a little bit for a second.
Yeah, thanks for the update on that. I got my fingers crossed that it's going to hang on here. So, well, driving on some fresh asphalt here, and it's still bumpy. I don't know. Hopefully they put another layer down. I mean, this will probably be the shoulder that I'm driving on now once they complete the construction on it. But yeah, I'm not sure what the logbook rules and stuff are in Canada. I do remember years ago, like you had to have like a restart or like 48 hours off in the last week before you go up there, and I never have that. I run my logs for the most I've run them this year is 45 days straight before I had a day off and reset my hours. So I kind of go pretty hardcore and extreme with that, and I don't want to have to take a couple days off just to go up to Canada or whatever, so I just don't mess with that. There's enough rules I break down here. I don't need to be going to another country and breaking rules there. So, but you never know. It definitely before I end my driving career, I would like to go like all around the world and drive trucks in all kinds of different countries and stuff, and just to get to experience what it's like. I mean, the U.S. is pretty good with interstate system and this and that.
Jackson Johannes says I can't never go to Canada.
Yeah, Canada's pretty strict. I'm pretty sure I'm still allowed there. But yeah, if you've ever had a DUI before, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed in Canada. So, but I'd like to go to different countries and try driving truck. In like Argentina and
Jackson
Australia.
Johannes says too cold.
But some places around the world are super, super challenging. I mean, you think New York City's tight to try and back a trailer in some tight docks and some smaller areas. Man, I've seen some videos. Some of these places are just like, man, I don't even know if I'd be able to back up in some of those scenarios. So, and I'm pretty good at backing too. Not a lot phases me as far as that goes. But the U.S. is pretty laid back and easy going as far as traversing the country, even metropolitan areas. Get a little tighter or whatever, but not like different countries and rugged roads and just super, super dangerous in a lot of areas of the world to drive anything, let alone semi trucks and trailers. So. All right, we got 48 miles left in the state of Indiana before we cross the Ohio line. So it's going to be about 50 to 51 miles left on this live stream. I do have, it's going to take a decent amount of time to get across that because we're going to have a lower speed limit for, well, pretty much the majority of the miles left in Indiana today. And then I got to stop and get fuel about 7 miles before the state line. And then I'll have a weigh station in Ohio. I don't know if I'll get the bypass on that. I got weighed twice yesterday. Don't have a lot of weight on this, so not even close to being overweight at all. Let this guy over here. All right, buddy, let's get up to speed now. What are you doing? You wanted that left lane when it was trucks right lane only. He wants to suck it up. I'm going 53 and a 65. All right, I'm about to get around this guy. I got some slow car back there. You know what? I'm taking it. Yeah. I'm getting all kinds of humidity on my windshield right now. So this guy's probably going to speed up as I go to pass him or whatever. No.
Jackson Johannes says, is Ohio like Amish country?
Yeah, there's a lot of Amish areas in Ohio, so not a lot of it, but in the areas that do, there are a lot of Amish people. There'll be horse and buggies in your lane driving down the highway. You got to be super careful. A lot of them don't run any reflectors or lights because it's against whatever religious thing on there. They're not allowed to use any markings or whatever on their buggies. So I almost rear-ended one at night one time, going 55 miles an hour, come up over the top of a hill, and it's pretty scary stuff.
NorCal 670 Amish folk make great stuff.
Oh yeah, the Amish products are top notch. So there's some areas, I'm trying to think where this is at. Up by Mansfield, Ohio, I'm thinking of US Route 30 out that way. They have like mega warehouses of, it's big industry for the stuff they make, the woodworking stuff and crafts and furniture and, sturdy stuff, so.
NorCal 676 says food.
Making me hungry by mentioning food there.
Knox McVan WD7YW says, look at that beautiful sky.
I know, man. Gonna have a great sunrise this morning.
Says, get the HE double hockey sticks out of Trucker Johnny's way. Jackson Johannes says food. Tari Econio says, do you, sweetie?
Trying to get this windshield cleaned up so it's not so blurry. You got this humidity just making everything so sticky out here.
Jeff 3865 says, tear it up, Johnny.
Yeah, you kind of see like a bit hazy out. It's all the humidity and maybe a little bit of fog out here. Temperature wise, it's just going to be an outright miserable day.
Says, now I am hungry.
Yeah, I know. I got to hold off. I'm on a diet, so I try to, I don't really eat breakfast, so I kind of do the 16-8. I only eat an 8 hours section of the day, so I can't really eat again until about 11 in the morning, so.
Tari Econio says, I am McGraw. Danielle Simmons 1232 says, long hauls, regional or local?
Well, I'm long haul. It's supposed to be long haul, but none of my long hauls are all that long.
Jackson Johannes says, I hate breakfast.
Yeah, when I was a kid, when I graduated high school, I was 6'6", 120 pounds.
YW says same.
I was 6'6", 120 pounds when I graduated high school, and I was recently, back in March, I was up to about 270 pounds. So, but when I was younger, I never ate breakfast, and so it was kind of like the 16-8 fast kind of thing I would just do just because that's just what I did. And so I try to go back and analyze what I used to do back in them days and try to get back to that. And so
Danielle Simmons 1232 says, you have a Michigan accent.
Yeah, kind of.
Knox McVan WD7YW says, the sky is getting beautiful every second.
Yep, sun's gonna be popping up here anytime now. Yeah, I do kind of got a Northeast accent, like a Detroit, Cleveland kind of accent. I grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, so that's kind of an annoying nasally voice, so apologies for that. Nothing I can do about it, though.
Tari Econio says, in that area, there are usually people without a nose bridge. Danielle Simmons 1232 says, makes sense. NorCal 676 says 6 feet 6 inches. You probably have a third leg, lol. Jackson Johannes says I don't eat my food.
Yeah, no comment on the third leg. So, but you can use your imagination. You wouldn't be far off. I guess that was a comment after all.
Says, "God, the sun going to come back."
Morning, Shannon's Michael. Welcome back.
Jackson Johannes says, "I don't taste my finger." Jackson Johannes says, "My food."
So-
Danielle Simmons 1232 says, "Haven't heard it in a while." I wasn't picking on you. Apologies if I sounded rude.
No, not at all, not at all. I was just
676
picking on myself, being self-deprecating.
Sorts.
I've just always considered my voice to be annoying, so
Jackson
just picking on
Johannes
myself.
says it is gone.
But yeah, so I'm supposed to be doing long haul. The trip I'm on now is only like 230 miles. This is like the fourth trip I've done in the last week that's been under 300 miles. I had one that was 179 miles. That's why I just quit my job. I'm sick and tired of running this short shit around when I'm supposed to be an over-the-road driver. So a lot of shit companies out here right now, a lot of bad freight. Over-the-road market is finally turning a little bit.
61.
All right, we got some rough road coming up.
76 says if you can't laugh at yourself, one's ego is too big. Stay cool today.
Yeah. I love laughing at myself for sure. I love laughing at everything. So, all right, so we got a rough stretch of highway for the next several miles through here. Wait till we get to Richmond. We do have some new tarmac out in those areas.
Jackson Johannes says same. Danielle Evans 1232 says I'm from the south. Lived up there for a minute and I found the nasal sounds you speak of were female.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I wish I had a southern accent.
Bob Sholbo K9 Graham says good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bob. How you doing today?
Tari Akanio says in that area, there is usually a being that lacks the groove between the nose and the upper lip. They typically appear suddenly.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about any of that stuff, so, but
Jackson Johannes
makes sense.
says people say I have a Texas accent. Knox McMahon WD7YW says it looks foggy outside.
Oh, God damn
Danielle
it.
Simmons 1232 says lol.
Yeah, it's a little foggy out in the off in the horizon here. So, not sure how. Looks like I'm looking at my GPS now. Looks like there's a little river or something that runs through near where I'm at right now. It's probably where the fog's coming from, but definitely makes it a little eerie looking, kind of like Halloweenish a bit. And it looks like it's going to get a little foggier up ahead here, so not gonna like a heavy fog going through these shitty highways right now. Some of these potholes and defects in the road are just huge, and yeah, I just got rocked by one of those impacts a mile ago.
Man WD7W says what is your speed right now?
I'm going 67 miles an hour right now, so I'm 2 miles over the speed limit. That's generally where I hang it at. I is still speeding, so if I get in an accident, you know, that would be a mitigating circumstance, but, you know, you always got to be mindful of that. I mean, 1 mile over the speed limit is still considered speeding, so just don't F up. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. trying to keep this humidity cleaned off the windshield so I get a good view with the
Jackson
camera here.
Johannes says 67. Why I hate 67.
Oh yeah, it's 6'7". I forgot. Ha ha. When people ask me how tall I am,
Van WD7YW says me too.
yeah. So when people ask me how tall I am because I am taller, I generally respond almost 6'7". I can just say that 6'7". Oh my goodness! I might have to stop and find a chiropractor before I make this delivery here.
Knox McVan WD7YW says you starting to lag a little bit again.
Yeah.
Danielle Simmons 1232 says off to explore more adventures. I subscribe.
Hey, thanks, Danielle.
Chatting.
That's awesome. Appreciate that.
Catch you around later. Stay
Cool.
blessed,
Sounds good.
friend.
You have a great day, Danielle. Yeah, one of these days, these Indiana roads are going to put me on the disability list, I'm afraid.
Danielle Simmons 1232 says you too. Caretaker 07 says hello driver.
Hi, Caretaker. Welcome to the live stream. All right, so let me look at the miles here. I got to make a fuel stop in about, oh, god damn it, 26 miles or so. We're going to be deep into the 22-mile construction zone when I get off for fuel.
Caretaker 07 says I drove a semi 22 UEARS. Jackson Johannes says this new generation is a eating Tide Pods. Caretaker 07
Tide
says
Pods.
ears. Nixman W8B5 versus says why will you be on disability?
From these Indiana roads, breaking my back. I've already had 3 fractured vertebrae, degenerative disc disease, kyphosis, osteoporosis. So hitting these gargantuan size holes are gonna be the end of me one day. Hey, Caretaker, where did you drive at? Were you over the road? What part of the country or what part of the world are you in?
Nixman W8B5 versus says just from driving trucks.
Yeah,
Fox McVan WD7YW says I don't know why they won't fix these bumps out here.
yeah, I don't know either. I mean, some of them are so bad, it's like, would it be that hard to bring a crew out to fill it or shave it down or whatever you got to do? And a lot of times,
Johannes says I am not joking.
it's a lot of times,
Caretaker 07 says I am 3rd generation driver. I fell off a load of sheetrock with an 8 feet drop on my chest, ruptured 3 discs, fractured 2 vertebrae.
geez, oh man, yeah. It can get dangerous out here in a hot second, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I had an uncle that drove and he fell off a flatbed. And
says maybe they're just lazy to do their job.
yeah, that could be too. So, a lot of time it comes down to funding and, Indiana roads are just some of the most horrible roads I've ever driven on. I mean, but don't get me wrong, there's bad roads everywhere in certain spots, but just expensive to do. A lot of times you'll see out here is they'll try to fix like a 5 or 8 foot section that's bad and they'll chop it out, but they'll use concrete instead of asphalt and they end up making it more bumpy and worse than what it was before. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't know why they mix concrete and asphalt like that. Maybe it sticks better and stays in longer. I don't know, but it's almost impossible to get it leveled right.
7 says come to Texas, you will wish for Indiana roads back long.
No, I was just down in Texas.
Says if you come to Litchwood, North Dakota, out roads are worse than those roads.
Yeah, like I said, everywhere's gonna have bad spots or whatever. I was just down in Texas a few weeks ago, and I've driven a lot of Texas roads in my time, and I haven't had too many problems around there. So, all right, we're getting ready.
Caretaker 07 says I-30 is crap.
Yeah. I near Sulphur Springs. I just went through there a couple months ago. Yeah, seems like it's the same construction zone that was there 13, 14 years ago. It's still in the same spot, like right now.
5 versus says, do you still enjoy driving trucks?
Oh, I absolutely love driving truck, for sure. So I love what I do. Wouldn't want to do anything else. I mean, look at the view from my office window right now. That horizon, that sunrise. Sip on some coffee, chatting either with you guys. If I'm not on here, I have a friend on the phone.
Working on I-30 since I was 8.
I believe you, caretaker, for sure. So, what was the question I was missing here? Yes, I fractured one vertebrae doing a pre-trip inspection. I slipped on some black ice, went down hard, fractured my T4. When I found out that I'd fractured that vertebrae, they were showing a previous fracture on my T7, and then I injured my back pretty bad back in March. Had to go to the ER. They did some scans and found that I was from. But so one out of the 3 fractures were trucking related. The other ones were, well, my name's Johnny Dangerously. I overdo things and get hurt all the time. I go hard. I go fast. And I usually run into a brick wall of some sort.
Operator, 15 years, have hauled just about every type of load you could name except nitro.
Damn, yeah, that's some trucking right there then. I was owner operator for about almost 5 years, like beginning of 2012 to the end of 2016.
YW says you're lagging a little bit again.
Yeah, not a whole lot I could do about that, but hopefully it'll hang in there. Yeah, the equipment I use when it's firing on all cylinders, between the camera, the cell signal, it's just such a beautiful picture usually, but when it starts lagging, it gets pretty miserable pretty quick, and then sometimes eventually just cuts out altogether. So I'm hoping that's not the case. I really want to take you guys through this construction zone here.
One bump, your back is cooked. Nixon W8V5 versus says, you ever had a crash?
I have had a crash one time. So it was back in 2015. I was near Memphis, Tennessee. I had a big ice storm come through in the morning, so I just sat tight until about 11 in the morning. Temperature came up, and I wasn't as icy and bad. And then I had to go, I think I was going to Moscow, Tennessee to do a pickup. Something like that, and got loaded, but they took so long to load me. By the time I was coming back up through Memphis, the sun was going down, and so all that precipitation started to refreeze. I had a vehicle in front of me that was speeding up to like 65, 70 miles an hour, and then they would slow down to 40 or 50 miles an hour.
Caretaker 07 says 2.2 million miles behind me, 0 tickets, 0 accidents, 0 late deliveries.
Nice. Good job, man. Yeah, I got almost 2 million miles in right now, so.
Knox McFan WD7YW says traffic is coming back.
Yeah, I'm in pretty good section of highway for the time it is right now. The next traffic I'll run into will be near Dayton, Ohio, about, I don't know, 35 miles
Jackson
in, but
Johannes
that won't even be that bad.
0 accidents.
Yep, definitely no accidents is the optimal way. So back to the Memphis, Tennessee story is So that car's
Caretaker
trying to get around.
Be safe, John. Keep the rubber down and shiny up.
You got it, buddy. Thanks, man.
Johannes says during the winter.
Yeah, this was in February and March of 20, I think 15. Could have been 2016. I can't remember now. You saw I was trying to, the number one key for me in inclement weather is to stay away from the pack. Try to be out away from everyone else, do what I got to do. So the only way I was going to be able to get away from this person, because I kept speeding up to 65 to 70 and slowing down to 40 to 50, was going to be to get out in front of them. So I was trying to get around them, and I saw a bridge up ahead that had refroze. It was re-iced over. So I start backing off the power, and so this Jeep Grand Cherokee was in front of me. And so I was backing off, increasing distance, and they were going to hit the bridge, go over to, so these bridge plates are usually pretty rough. That's when you get a big bump. So I got a bridge coming up here. So, well, maybe, anyways, like the bump I just hit right there, it's kind of what it's like on a lot of bad bridges. So the car basically hit that, Jeep Grand Cherokee hit the bridge like that, lost control, and they slid to the left and hit the concrete K-bar in the middle. And as this is going on, I'm getting on top of this icy bridge at that point, so I cannot hit my brakes or I will jackknife. So I was off the power, decreasing speed, but not using the brakes.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says this is lots of road work.
Oh, we got a 22-mile construction zone right here we're going into right now. This is going to be usually absolutely miserable. We got a cop in that right lane there. They want the trucks to use the right lane here. There's an express lane in the left lane going all the way around most of this mess. All your get off and get on ramps are in the right lane.
Johannes says, God, I am tired. Knox McMahon WD7YW says, great. That's torture.
Yeah, so, but they want trucks to use the right lane going through here, and it would be safer and better for the trucks to be in the left lane, use these express lanes. So it doesn't make any sense, but we are in Indiana, so. So anyways, this Jeep Grand Cherokee hits the bridge, loses control, hits the ice on the bridge, goes left. All I'm thinking is, please don't ricochet, please don't ricochet, please don't ricochet. Oh, we got the right lane closed here, so we're all going to be going left. Well, that's going to jam things up.
Tariacanio says in that region, there are beings who lack the groove between the nose and the upper lip. They often appear quite suddenly. They are wealthy, possessing gold, and are generous, yet remain invisible. Tariacanio says if you possess a pure heart, however, you can obtain gold and meet them. Tariacanio says, but it has passed the 26-kilometer area.
So this car, Jeep Grand Cherokee, slides to the left.
McMahon WD7YW says, can you tell me what was the most road work you have to go through?
Not really. I mean, there's been some massive, huge work zones throughout my years. So some of them, similar to this, some of them longer than this. There's a lot of construction going on just about everywhere I go. So Interstate 80 right now,
Jackson Johannes
up by Joliet, is a mess.
Is a lady says hi.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. So traffic's still pretty light, even though we're down to one lane here. Pretty light coming through here, so that's a good thing. We got some new asphalt we're driving on right now. It's still going to be pretty rough in a lot of spots, even though it's mostly new. Yeah, we're not really on the new asphalt now. So this Jeep Grand Cherokee slides left, hits the concrete K-bar in the middle, separating the highways, and does end up ricocheting directly into my path. So I T-boned this Jeep at about 45 miles an hour. The only good thing is when we made contact.
525_09 says morning man.
Good morning, user 525. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome back. So I end up T-boning this Grand Cherokee right in the passenger side. There's a young girl driving. I can, see her screaming right before I hit her. About 45 miles an hour impact. The only good thing about it, well, there's a couple good things, is when we made impact, when I made contact, we were still on the ice, so it absorbed a lot of the energy, even though the Jeep Grand Cherokee was totaled. She kind of slid across the ice like a hockey puck.
9 grams says, what state are you in?
Bob, I'm in Indiana right now. Heading for Ohio. Gonna make a delivery near Zanesville, Ohio this morning. So when I hit the Grand Cherokee, basically slid like a hockey puck off the ice and got smashed back into the concrete.
Gregory 4982 says, said hi.
Hi Meredith, welcome to the live stream. So when I got stopped, ran over, the girl was completely fine. She was bruised up a little bit. Did not end up needing to go to the hospital or anything. So thank goodness. I didn't want to have that image of someone screaming right before I hit them and then have them die or something. That would have been bad for the mental health. But I've seen a lot of dead people out here. I can tell you that. These highways are dangerous. And basically roadways anywhere are the biggest killing fields in the history of the world. In the United States, for the last year, for the data that was released, there was estimated to be 43,000 traffic-related fatalities.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says, geez, these bumps bad in Indiana.
Yeah.
Tari Akanio says, people say there is an invisible city at kilometer 26.
I don't know what kilometer 26 is. So, so I probably saved the girl's life because if I don't hit her in that, when I did, she probably goes through the concrete on the right side of the highway and drops 20 feet down to a highway below and probably would have got hit by something going 60 miles an hour. That likely would have killed her. So dangerous out here. You gotta drive defensively. Doesn't matter how good of a driver you are, how many skills you have. Even me with almost 2 million miles out here, shit can go all wrong in one hot second. And that could be the end of you. Could be the end of someone else. So definitely take your time. Be careful. Look at that fog off to the left. That's pretty cool. Pretty eerie looking. There's like nothing in front of me, but it's all on the left side of the highway, like a big cloud on the ground there. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you gotta take care. Don't take risks, unnecessary risks when you're out here driving. There's no mercy out here. People don't give a shit. They'll hit you, they'll kill you, they don't care. People are stupid, so when it comes to that. Yeah, so the bumps in this road are a lot better now than what they were before they started this construction. I mean, they're better now than what they were 2 or 3 months ago. But there's still a couple big ones that'll absolutely rock your world through here. I did put a funny video with a lot of punchlines up going from Ohio to Indiana. So I was in the video section from a few months ago, back in March, I think. If you wanted to scroll back through some videos and find it there. Anyways, if you're just joining in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I did just resign my current job a couple days ago. So I will, I'll have one more live stream early next week. And then you probably won't see me again until mid-August or so. I actually don't even have another gig lined up yet. The company I'm with right now pissed me off so bad. I just can't take it anymore. So I'm going to take the month of July off. Get some R&R. That's the CB radio there. Someone complaining. They're complaining about how slow the traffic is here. We are going 47, 48 miles an hour. The construction speed limit is 55, so.
Knox McFan WB7YW says, man, he sounded having a rough morning.
Yeah, you'll find a lot of truckers having rough mornings out here. Rough mornings, rough days, and rough nights. It does get pretty frustrating sometimes out here, though, but you just gotta take a deep breath and chill. Oh, there's a big one. Jesus. Good thing I wasn't going 40 miles an hour on that one. So, And where'd I put my ibuprofen at? Probably gonna need it before the day's over.
Knox McFan WD7YW says, what a bump.
Yeah, that was a big one there.
Sorry, Econio says, but there, it was just an open field.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna have some little bumpy stretch here, I'm afraid. Not going very quick though, so that definitely lessens the impact by going slower, but so getting close to my fuel stop, got about 7 miles to go. I'm going to keep the live stream running while I'm getting some fuel. I'll probably clean my windshield so you might get to see me in real flesh here in a short while. Trying to get some of this humidity off my darn windshield so get a better, crisper, clearer video here. So it's just after 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now, about 6:10 a.m. So I only have about 150 miles left to go to my delivery, so I'll be done nice and early this morning. I got to go clean all the gear out of my truck, pack everything up. That's why I'm heading to Ohio.
McMahon WB7YW says, I don't know why they put one lane if you're not doing road work up ahead.
Yeah, it's a good question. It seems to be the Indiana way, though. They just set up a 20-mile construction zone, have no work being done to it, lower the speed limit, and I don't know, write people tickets or something. I'm absolutely convinced the state of Indiana hates people. They hate their residents. Everything they do, they want to cause the maximum amount of pain for the maximum amount of people they possibly can. It's just my personal opinion on how I feel every time I come to Indiana. If you try to avoid this construction zone and go around and take another route, you'll come up against a closed road. Roads closed. They make it so there's no way around anything. You absolutely have to suffer through whatever they're doing. And I've literally had instances where I'll try to get off the highway to avoid a bit of construction. I'll run into a closed road, so I'll reroute again. I'll run into another closed road, have to reroute again, and I'm running out of areas that I can take a truck to. at this point, and I'll run in like 3 times I ran into, and it's like being in a corn maze and no way out. I mean, this absolutely sucks sometimes, and it's like, how is that not intentional? How do they not do that on purpose? I mean, a lot of times, I mean, you tell me this county doesn't know what the engineers are doing or construction people are going to do this year. I mean, most of this stuff is planned out far in advance, or at least should be. And yeah, there was a couple of years ago, they actually shut Interstate 465 down for like 10, 12 miles, like a whole quadrant of it heading south for 3 weeks. And then they turned around and closed the opposite side for 4 weeks right after that. Absolutely dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, I come to expect that driving through Indiana. It's just the way it is here. I don't know why it is, but I know what it seems like it is. All right, got a cop up here on the shoulder. Not sure if he's for construction or what. I'm going to go get back over now. Obviously going to have a lot of traffic behind me because of that long stretch that no one was doing the speed limit in. So get left now, get around this guy, see what's going on. We're still in this construction until the state line. This runs all the way through the state line. They're not really doing anything here. Still 55 speed limit.
Primal Scream says, Knox, we live in America. Rapidly competing for worst country on the planet. He looks like he's got is that a dump truck pulled over? Construction vehicle pulled over? Or? Knox fan
Might be.
WB7YW says, yeah, I live in America too.
All right, there's going to be some areas up here where it says trucks left lane only. So check this sign out here. Access to all interchanges, no trucks in the express lane. That's the stupidest thing ever. Why do you want trucks in the lanes where traffic's trying to get on the highway? At peak hours down here, it's an absolute nightmare to get on the highway. So, don't know why that is. All I can do is say, hey, we're in Indiana. So, I went to a similar construction zone in Missouri on I-44 recently, and they have all the trucks going the left lane.
Says they are stupid.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it makes no logical sense to keep all the trucks on the right lane. Well, it's because not only do they hate people, they hate truck drivers even more. So you get over I-70 down Terre Haute, and they have the trucks ride in the left lane for 12 miles for no reason, even when they're not doing construction. So just absolutely mind-boggling, some of the dumb stuff I have to deal with out here. Oh. All right, this guy in front of me is going ridiculous slow again. I don't know if I got enough room to get around him before these lanes split. I'm just going to hang back over here. Try to give my back a rest.
WB7YW says turn left.
Yeah, I want to get in that left lane, but I gotta get fuel here. Actually, it's coming up right now, so if I stay left, I won't be able to do it. I'm not even sure if that I can even get back on the highway going the right way with this construction once I get off for fuel. But I have to get fuel here. I can't get it anywhere else. This company handpicks where I can buy fuel at. So if I try to stop anywhere but where they tell me to go, my fuel card won't work. I mean, cannot wait to be done with this horrendous job I have here. It's on some nice fresh asphalt right now, but for some reason it's still going to be pretty bumpy around the bridges. So hopefully they fix that. It's not a given that they will. So, about to see what the fuel price is up here. I don't really pay attention to it that close, but it doesn't affect me. I'm a company driver, so I don't pay for that. This exit might not even be open. $48. What exit is
Knox
this?
McVan WD7YW says, well, here goes again. They said it's road work up ahead and it's nothing.
Yeah, they, you know, probably by the time I'm done getting fuel and we go through this last section of construction, you'll see a bunch of people out here. They got a lot of equipment up here. All right, so my exit's open for fuel. We're going to exit here. And I'm pulling to this Love's in Richmond, Indiana here. We'll see if the pumps are all filled up with people not pumping fuel like they usually are. Got some tight turns around here. Don't want to take this too fast. Yeah, see, they even got the exits all chewed up here too. Construction all out here. Losing a lane up here. It's like a detour for a detour for a detour. So I'm gonna stop off here. Get some fuel at some point. Where the heck am I going here? Oh, all right. Get some fuel here and then get you guys across the Ohio line with me. We'll have a way station to hopefully bypass around.
7YW says, I thought you was on another highway for a second.
Yeah, I was trying to. It's been a while since I got off this exit. I mean, it's confusing because, well, we're in Indiana, so they're not going to make anything easy for you. So we got the truck stop coming up on the left. So I'm going to get you guys across the Ohio line with me. That's where we're going to wrap the live stream up for the day, but we probably still got to get 20, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes left. I'll keep it running while I pump some fuel, so I'll be outside the truck. It looks like they're doing some construction here at the Love's too. Well, he's going too slow. I'm going to turn. Oh, I forgot to look to see how busy the fuel pumps were. Wow, it doesn't look like there's anyone at the fuel pumps, so that's a rarity. Usually they're all filled up with people not pumping fuel, getting in everybody's way, making everyone wait.
Knox McVan WD7YW says that's good. Shelly Jeff 1675 said hi.
Hello, welcome to the live stream, Shelly. All right, gonna get up here, pump some fuel. So this guy in front of me, check out how slow he's going. That's called the ELD crawl, the electronic logging device crawl. He does not want to go faster than 5 miles an hour because it'll start his logs, put them on the driving line. So you can keep your logs on the current duty status if you drive 4 miles an hour or lower. And that's what a lot of these idiots do. Driving around a truck stop, trying to not start their logs or finish their break. And just getting everybody else's way. And it's fucking stupid. No qualms wasting somebody else's time. This is not an issue for these guys. I'm not saying I never do the ELD crawl, but I never get in anyone's way when I'm doing it, or I abandon it. So I'm glad I'm not going into this truck stop. They're doing a major remodel here. What a fucking idiot. All right, so I'm going to need my odometer mileage, truck number, and driver code. That's more secure than my debit card's ever been. All the info I got to pump in to get fuel here. Ooh, I'm about to get some DEP fluid too, some diesel exhaust fluid. So, no, I switched my logs to on-duty fueling. All right, let's jump on and do this. Mileage 356,372. So just entering all this information into my into the pump here. So $4.78 a gallon here. Ah, why did this pump stop? What the hell's going on there? So I do have two fuel tanks, one on each side. Oh my God, what are you piece of shit? All right, I think I got them both running now. They both clicked off for some reason. So I got two fuel tanks, one on each side. Each of my tanks holds 120 gallons each, so I can carry 240 gallons total with me. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to fill these tanks up. I'll probably take about 150 gallons if I fill it up all the way, which I'm going to try to do, but if these pumps keep clicking off, I'm just going to wrap it up because I hate broken shit. I got 60 gallons pumped so far, so I get about 7 to 8 miles a gallon. There goes that pump clicking off again, you fucking piece of shit. Well, it looks like I won't be getting 150 here. Yeah, they're definitely having issues with their pumps. It's, you can feel it surging. Like, I was holding the pump and it, like, quit and then started pumping again, clicked it off. So I'm going to pump a few more gallons and just wrap this up. Well, we're just going to, it clicked off again. We're just going to go 84 gallons here. And this piece of shit pump. Pump some DEF fluid, maybe. So I'm outside the truck now. If you guys are commenting, I can't hear anything. I'll try to give them a quick glance before I get moving. Pump a few more gallons of this diesel exhaust fluid. That's that separate EPA stuff they run on these trucks with the diesel particulate filter to grab a lot of the carbon out of the exhaust so it doesn't go into the atmosphere. This stuff is $4.88 a gallon here. I use about a gallon of this stuff every 175 miles or so. Carry, I think, a 23-gallon tank of this stuff around with me, so. Well, it didn't take long for that door to get broken. All right. Yeah, right. Let me fix some paperwork up here. It's only pumped, I think, 84 gallons. I gotta type that in, how many gallons I got here. Fuel stop, 84. Done. Click that. Be getting back on the road in a few moments here. So we're going to be getting back on Interstate 70. I did not look to see if the on-ramp is closed. I know not long ago, one of those directions was closed to get back on the highway. So you basically had to go the wrong way on the highway, like heading the opposite direction you wanted to go down like 6 miles, turn around and double back those 6 miles just to get back straightened out. So hoping that's not the case, but we're going to find out in a few minutes here. So I'll have to remember to get the Bluetooth switch back over once I get the truck fired back up here, so I can hear the text-to-speech stuff again. And just like that, I got a fly. I got it in my truck. I hate flies. Ooh, I got him. Nice. Die, MFer. Boy, this humidity is just horrible out here. Try to spray the windshield, even though I just cleaned the windshield. All right, good morning, Lane. Just wrapping up a fuel stop here. Trying to see if I got this text-to-speech going again. So going to be wrapping this live stream up probably in about 20 minutes or so, give or take, as soon as we get across the Ohio line. Lane, just to let you know, I did resign my job a couple days ago. So I'll have one last live stream early next week, and then I'll be off of here for probably until mid-August or so. Until I find another gig. I don't even have another gig lined up. These people piss me off so bad. I'm just like, screw it, I'm out of here. Don't need this shit. So give you a heads up on that. All right, let's get moving here. So we're going to get back up on Interstate 70, head east. We're 7 miles. Once we get on the highway, we'll be 7 miles from the Ohio line. See how that scale's open this morning or not, if I get the bypass through there. I'm pretty much back to not having any luck getting bypassed around open scales.
Rodriguez F1L says, oh really, we'll have a lot of time to watch Joey Whispers.
Yeah, I'll be able to check him out. Hey, I gotta find another job. And then I'll probably do a couple. I'm gonna be traveling in my personal vehicle, so I might run some live streams when I do that. I'll be going back and forth from Youngstown to Columbus and stuff, so. But for the most part, there's not going to be any trucking live streams again until mid-August. I'll do one either Monday or Tuesday. I'm actually on my way to Ohio now to clean all the gear out of my truck. That way I can get a load going back Tuesday to turn the truck in and get the hell out of here. So, all right, let's see. One of these is going to be closed, I think. 70 East is closed, so now I'm going to have to go. I don't know how to take US 35 around, so I'm literally going to go 6 miles the wrong direction. I was, I should have stayed on the 35, but, well, looks like I'll be riding with you guys a little longer this morning. I just added 15 miles to the journey. I had to stop here to get fuel, because that's the only place I'm allowed to buy fuel at. My fuel card will not work anywhere else, and that's another reason I can't wait to be done. I'm going to have to deal with this fucking way station now. It's another reason I'll be happy to be done with this shithole company I work for, so. Hey, that sound you heard is me getting a bypass around this town.
WD7YW says, here we go back on the highway.
Yeah, going the wrong way and going the way we just came from, because eastbound on-ramp is closed due to the construction. I probably should have researched a way to take US 35 around, but I didn't, so I'm just going to take the way I know. I don't know if that way station's open or not. I did get the green light to bypass it, so. But the next exit, I'm going to go down like 6 or 7 miles here, get off, exit, turn back around, and go 6 or 7 miles back. So probably 13 to 15 miles extra. Garbage. So I'll be with you guys for at least 30 minutes now.
Says he will be really happy to see you in the live stream.
Yeah, I'll be cool to get to check out some of his live streams. She's mentioning Joey Whispers 1776. He's a truck driver out in New Jersey who does a live stream. He runs his live streams like all day, every day during the week for the most part. Super professional, super cool. He's a super entertaining guy. He's one of the first drivers I followed on social media. So I like to check his live stream out every now and again. I watch all his Facebook. So if you like this type of material, he's definitely worth checking out as well. As long as you watch me before you watch him. Just kidding. You guys can watch whatever you want.
Notification system X5X says YouTube notification. This live is an official LGBTQ verified safe space host as a confirmed LGBTQ community member.
Cool. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm going 8 miles over the speed limit there with the state cop here, so. Well, let's see how badly that goes. Indiana State Police are my least favorite of all state police agencies, so I actually like a lot of them. Most state agencies are.
1L says you will be able to see what he does during the day. Notification system X5X says, yeah, you're fucked, bud.
Yeah, I'm in a safe place for anybody but assholes on this live stream on my channel, so I've been pretty fortunate so far on the live streams to have tons of cool people on here. Every once in a while somebody gets on trying to is this an exit I can turn around on here? I think so. Every once in a while somebody gets on trying to say, hey Google, call 911, hey Siri, call 911. Sometimes people just hit the same letter to jam it up, so I block those people immediately. So, but welcome to the live stream. If you're just joining in, I had to get on the highway going.
Notification system X5X says, don't give me any ideas.
Don't give me any ideas. So, all right, let's see. We're gonna get turned around on the highway now because the on-ramp I was trying to get to was closed, so that wasn't too bad. It was only 3 or 4 miles. So, but if I wasn't going to be off for a few days, it's very upsetting to me to have to lose 10 or 15 minutes off my logbook for like no reason. So, all right, I should have just. Yep, I'm going. Never mind. I wasn't gonna sit and wait that long. Oh, check it out! That state cop's got a truck pulled over now. That's the one I was just going 8 miles over the speed limit. Could have nailed me. Nailed that guy instead. So I had a pretty big state cop too. So lots of traffic here. Gonna have to try to fit in. Well, that car just cut that person off, and I'm going to cut the car off. So, hey, perfect world.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says, nice sunrise.
Yeah.
Dexy says, what are you driving?
I'm driving a 2023 Freightliner Cascadia sleeper berth truck.
Says, next you will be getting a call from 911. I'm not calling them.
Yeah, I have all that turned off on my devices simply because of people that do that crap. So nobody's going to swat me. Well, traffic's a lot busier now than what it was the first time I went across this section 30 minutes ago. So currently on Interstate 70 heading eastbound near Richmond, Indiana right now. This is the infamous Indiana-Ohio state line on I-70. It's a 22-mile construction zone through here right now, so.
Notification system X5X says, did it ever work?
No, I have all that stuff turned off.
Says, will you stop at any gas station? Knox McMahon WB7YW says, look at that idiot didn't use his turn signal.
he probably just out of blinker fluid. I'm kidding. There's no such thing.
WB7YW says, look.
Yeah, so Dex, I just stopped and got fuel. Literally pulled out of there about 10 minutes ago. So I stopped at this Love's that's coming up. I had to get back on the highway heading westbound because the eastbound on-ramp is closed because of all this construction. So I had to get on the westbound, get off the first exit, turn around and head back eastbound. So recovering territory now that I already drove past a little while ago. So I'm going to run this live stream till we get across the Ohio line. So we're probably got about 10, 12 minutes left, give or take. So I definitely want to thank everyone for joining in and all that. But we'll see if the scale is open when we get to the Ohio line here. But on my way to near Zanesville.
Take same drink and nap. It will give you energy rise.
Yeah, but I don't have very much time left on my day today, so I'm 100 and how far? Let me take a look here. 137 miles away from my delivery this morning. So I'll only be putting about a half a day's worth of work in today. I'm off until probably Monday, and then I go hopefully pick up a load and come back to Indiana and drop this truck and trailer off, and I'm done with this company. So I do have some nice asphalt here. Looks like they reconfigured this construction zone since the last time.
Says, good morning, John.
Good morning, Austin.
McMahon WB7YW says, I don't think it was a blinker fluid. I think it was a stupid driver.
I agree with you. I think you're right. Stupid driver for sure. Yeah, some people just don't give a shit. I think tickets for stuff like that, not using a turn signal, speeding, and I think every ticket should be a minimum of $1,000 nowadays. That way, you make it a point to learn how to drive and drive well. Too many people get killed out here on these highways doing stupid things, and I think lessons would be easier to teach if it was more expensive.
Knox McMahon WB7YW says, because it's Indiana. Austin James I10 says, there's no fluid called blinker fluid. That's just call retarded drivers that don't use them if I.
Yeah, what he said. Oh, I got about 6 miles to the Ohio line.
Knox McMahon WB7YW says, yeah. Notification system X5X says, yeah. Austin James I10 says, where ya from? I am down here in KS.
Oh, good morning, Kansas. I'm in Indiana right now, getting ready to cross over into Ohio. So the next live stream I do will probably be Monday. If not Monday, Tuesday.
Rodriguez F1L says, well, watch Joey Whispers on 4th of July. He is in a parade 9 a.m. his time.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I'll be back on here Monday. If not Monday, it'll be Tuesday, but it'll be a little later. Probably 9 or 10 a.m. in the morning-ish, give or take.
McMahon WV7YW says I'm from Kentucky.
So the next live stream on Monday or Tuesday will be the last one with me driving a truck for probably about a month and a half or so. I'll try to come on when I'm traveling in my personal vehicle, driving around Ohio whenever I can.
Austin James I10 says, what truck you driving?
I
Kenworth.
have a Freightliner, 2023 Freightliner Cascadia, but next Monday or Tuesday I'll be turning this truck in and leaving this company. I don't have another job lined up yet, so I'm going to take the month of July off. I have some plans at the end of July, so I'm not going to be able to start a new job and then try to get them to give me a week off 2 weeks after I start. So I'm just going to take July off and find a new job and hopefully be back up and running with these live streams by mid-August or so.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says, why are you leaving that company?
Because it's a shithole, to be honest. I mean, I'm an over-the-road truck driver, and all I'm doing is short 150, 250-mile long trips. I'm not getting compensated what I should be being compensated for doing this type of freight. I get paid by the mile, so when I'm at a place making a delivery, I'm not really getting paid anything. So if I'm doing 2 or 3 loads in a day, you know, I'm spending half of my day in a dock not getting paid anything, and that's not what road driving is supposed to be. That's not what I signed up to do.
Austin James I10 says, I drive a 97 P13 speed.
Oh, nice. Ooh, that's pre-electronic engines. You could still do paper logs if you run a logbook, I think. So I think any truck 99 and older is might still be exempt from that. I'm not 100% on that. All right, as soon as we get across this Ohio line, I'm going to hit the Welcome Center. That's where I'm going to wrap the live stream up for the day, pretty much for the week. We'll see what this scale house is doing in Ohio. It's literally about a quarter mile past the state line, so it'll come up really quick. Hopefully they're closed, or I'll get the green light around. There's no bypass inside the scale exit, so if you got to pull in, you're going to be getting on the scale. So, and all the scales are different. Some of them you got to go across at 4 miles an hour. I think this one is like 5 miles an hour, and you just roll across. It's only a single axle scale. Other scales you got to pull on and stop, wait for a light. It's important to get it right, or you could get a ticket. So, just a couple minutes away from finding out what's going to be happening up here. Pretty quiet traffic-wise for, I mean, it's almost 7 a.m. in the morning now, so. That's the sound notifying me there's a scale in 2 miles, a weigh station. Bumpy through here. So I was glad I was able to take you guys across this construction zone here. I'm not going to get in the left lane because this scale house is right across the line, and in high traffic situations it'd be almost impossible to get over right if you needed to. So I'm not even going to get left at all here. It's a stupid idea anyways. But I was happy I was able to take you guys across this 22-mile long construction zone here.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says, I bet they're building new lanes in the middle.
Yeah, they are adding lanes too. They're replacing, I think, all the lanes, but there'll be 3 lanes in each direction when they're finished. I don't think it's supposed to be finished until 2028 or 2029. Hey, that sound you heard is the bypass around the scale if it's open. So if this way station is open, I do not have to stop. I can get in the left lane now because of that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Be happy when it's not this bumpy through here anymore. Absolute misery going through here. So here's the Ohio state line right now. Boom. Looks like that way station is closed up here. Alright, waiting for the speed limit to go up. Get back right now. There's the way station to the right, and there's the Welcome to Ohio sign. And we're well on our way. All right, this is the Welcome Center I'll be pulling into. I'm wrapping this live stream up for the day. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll be back on here with another live stream Monday. If not Monday, it'll be Tuesday, but it should be Monday. A little bit later in the morning than I usually do. Yeah, got a car going 60 here, but I'm going to be exiting, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Oh, that's not where I want to go. That's a long one.
Says, have a great day. I'm going to my buddy channel.
Bye, Lane. Have a good day. I'll chat with you soon. All right. I almost got off that exit thinking it was the Welcome Center here. Car's still going 60 miles an hour in a 70.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says, I'm staying here until the end of the live stream.
Cool, cool. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, thanks for all your comments, questions, and all that good stuff. I have a blast chatting with y'all. You definitely help break up the monotony of the open road out here.
Rodriguez F1L says, I'll tell Joey Whispers you said hello.
For sure. Thank you. All right, gonna exit here, get into a spot, wrap this live stream up. I'm gonna get a pot of coffee on and continue my journey. We'll see what a madhouse this rest area is here.
Booze You Lose says, Knox eats corn the long ways.
Yeah, look at all these trucks. I might not even be able to get into a spot here. Any open spot's going to be blocked by these trucks parked across here because there was no spots available when they pulled in last
Knox
night.
McMahon WD7YW says, I don't eat corn.
Onto the highway.
Booze You Lose says, coward.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to have to hit the shoulder up here because I don't think I could have made the turn into there.
Knox McMahon WD7YW says you are.
Well, am I going to be able to get right or left in one of these? Let's see. Nope. Nope. Oh, they got this rest area all effed up here. Well, maybe I'm not ending the stream yet. I'll see. I don't know if there's going to be a big enough shoulder to pull off up here.
Says thanks. Your uncle likes mechanical pencils. Tariakanyo says coffee.
Yeah, I need me some coffee right now for sure. Hopefully there's a shoulder up off the side over here. Well, they might be all blocked up. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any room on the shoulder up here either, so. Well, I'll have to hit an exit ramp. So I'm going to be riding with you guys for a little longer, I think.
After a quarter of a mile, merge onto the highway.
Yeah, not even any room on the shoulder here because they're all filled up.
Speed limit.
Knox McFan WD7YW says yours. Tari Akanio says okay go Brem. Brem. Booze You Lose says I can't believe I misspelled the your. Who takes care of that grass?
All right, got off here.
Follow the highway.
Back up a little here. Oh, it's going to be a pain in the butt.
WD7YW says that's a weird spot.
Yeah, it's kind of the only thing I had now. The only reason I did it is because I do have a little room from this on ramp before the full speed lane over there. So, though it is going to be a pain in the ass to get back on. So, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream up for the day. Thank you so much for joining in. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do post a lot of other videos, short videos, long videos throughout the week. I'll be back on here Monday or Tuesday with the final live stream.
No coffee in that parking
Yeah, but there's
Tari Akanio says I know have parking on inside.
yeah, but I do have coffee in the back along with the coffee pot, creamer, sugar, and everything I need. So I'm gonna get a pot going here. But anyways, I'm gonna end this live stream. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll chat with y'all soon. Have a great day.
Knox McFan WD7YW says goodbye. See you on Monday or Tuesday.
Sounds great, buddy. We'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Booze You Lose says Knox is your sugar.